trending again with Sarah and Ben. Sit down, have a coffee, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our fifth, well, it's not really our fifth, but the fifth episode of the Big Brother series of 2022. And there was a lot that happened tonight, Sarah. So do you want to take the reins, or do you want me to start? Or
Well, it started off, it was Sam's birthday today.
yes, it was.
So it was really sweet. Reggie made Sam fish and chips for lunch for her and Drew to have a special date lunch.
Yeah, it
Which I
was
thought was
very,
really
very
sweet.
cute.
Very cute.
It actually
Very
looked really good. It
It did
actually
look
did
really
look really good. So,
Yeah, I reckon it looked
Re-
pretty good. We're gonna get Reggie to come cook fish and chips for us.
Yeah, and she even made that comment. She wouldn't mind making it for everybody in the house at some stage or whatever.
Looked pretty special.
It was
Very
it was
special.
Very special.
Looked really good. Maybe Reggie's got to open up her own fish and chip shop.
What do you think she'd call it? Just Reggie's fish and chips?
Yeah,
Or something
that's
more
nice and easy.
Something
I
more
can't think of-
creative.
I can't think of anything creative at the moment.
Big sister.
Big sister. Big sister. I can't think of anything really because I guess
All you
I
can
haven't
taste.
really seen as much of Reggie. You know, I didn't really watch the season that she was in.
Well, she
So I don't
was in
really
the
know
very
too
yeah.
much.
I actually didn't watch Reggie's season either. I just know she's a fan favorite. She was in the very first series of
Oh, there
Big
you go.
Brother, so she was literally in the very first season and won it. So, but I've heard from because that's one of the series my mum watched. So, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah?
she's
There
very
you go.
very very likable. Very likable. I can see why she
She-
won.
Yeah, she is very likable. She is feels like more of the mother in the house than Lara.
Yeah, well, she is a lot older this time around too. So
Yeah.
47,
Yeah, but I don't think
I
she's-
think I seen her age.
I don't think she's as old as Lara. I think Lara's the oldest in the house.
Yeah, she probably the second youngest.
Yeah,
Second
she's probably in
oldest,
her
second
40s.
oldest, second youngest, second oldest.
Second oldest. You're gonna have a look. I'll tell you in 1 second how old she is.
I'm sure she's 47.
Well,
When,
that sounds
when
about right.
Yeah, when I look tonight. And then you're right, yeah, Lara is 54 or something. 50, I think.
Yeah,
like
something like that. 54, 52. Yeah, it was something like that. Hang on, here we go. Oh, look at that. She does own a fish and chip shop.
Oh, well, there
She's
you
a fish
go.
she's a fish and chip shop manager.
Well, no wonder she made fish and chips.
She's 48.
48. Oh, so I was a
Okay,
year off.
48.
Year off. I thought it
Not
said
too bad.
47.
Pretty good guess.
Oh, she probably was 47 in the show. Or
No, well, she was born in 1974.
okay.
So March 1974. No, she wasn't 48 in the show.
She was
I'm
47
pretty sure
in the show.
rest-
That's why it said
I'm pretty sure
47 because it was record. You said what, March?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm not talking. Yeah, cool. Yes, yeah, March 19. So she just turned 48.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. I thought I seen 47 on the show. Like tonight.
Yeah, she's
tonight's episode
she's-
when it displayed. So yeah.
She is pretty cool though.
Yeah.
She's
Have
pretty
you-
cool.
have
She's
you
very
got-
likable.
Have you found any favorites yet? Have you got like one favorite you want to win or not yet?
It's tricky because I like the OGs, but I kind of want a newbie to win because I feel like the OGs have been there before, and it'd be nice to see somebody new win.
Not all
That's
of them.
the only reason
Not
why.
all of them have won though.
True, but it's like their second time around. I guess I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's definitely a tricky one. I think Johnson's a good thinger for a winner, or maybe Taras because he's pretty likable as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But
be
he can-
disappointed if Taras won. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is
No,
very likable.
no. I reckon if JC didn't join up with say Joel and Johnson, I think, but then again, he might be next. I wouldn't be surprised if he's up for eviction yes, because he seems like he doesn't do anything for the I don't know for the show. He doesn't seem like he's he's in the background. Gabby's coming out a bit more. They show a little bit more of Lulu, but I feel like JC Lulu seems a little bit safe because I think she's got the OGs on her side, sorta. Alicia's pretty safe, but yeah, it's tough. But it depends who's likable. Reggie's probably, up there, and so is Dave. Dave's very likable.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for anybody to vote Dave out. I've noticed. Like, look at today, with all the nominations, Dave only got 2, only because I think they knew that everybody else will get more votes. The other 2 will get more votes, and that was like a neutral vote. If I vote Dave, that's a neutral vote from Tim and from Layla. Yeah.
Well,
so they were like a
Layla didn't have much choice. She kind of had that heartfelt moment for Johnson, and who else? I'm not sure she can nominate herself. So she had no choice but to nominate Dave.
True.
That would have been very interesting if she hadn't nominated herself, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Can you nominate yourself? She didn't say, look, nominate. Can I put myself up for nomination?
But yeah,
can I nominate myself?
And then
she just said I have to do it.
Then you had Tim make the deal with Johnson as well, and he ended up.
Yeah.
He had this strategic vote of going for Dave because I think he knew that people wouldn't vote for Dave. They were more likely to vote Layla. So I guess he weighed up the options and went for Dave. And he's like, well, if Johnson goes. If Layla goes, Layla goes. So.
Yeah. Well, today I was excited when they show us the battle for the Italian feast.
Yeah,
which was really interesting. Did you like that?
Did you like the challenges?
I really liked them. You know what I liked about it? It wasn't like the elimination round challenge thing, the elimination challenge.
I felt like these were more fair. They were more fair challenges.
It was much more fair. It was not just a physical challenge. It was a bit of a, mental challenge as well. It was something, that not one person can win. So I quite like that.
Yeah.
I really like, and I was hoping, okay, the eviction one hopefully will be like that. And then the eviction one was another physical challenge, which was the, tug of war.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But those battle for the Italian feast.
You know what I'm surprised they didn't do? You know what really frustrated me is they didn't put Trevor. I wonder if that was a show's decision though. But wouldn't you put Trevor in? I would have put Trevor in if I was that team. Good luck moving that guy.
That's true. But he's older.
Yeah.
And then it's whether he can pull himself and plus everybody else to over the line sort of thing. So he's a bit older. Maybe he's not as physically fit as the others. It was an interesting choice who they picked.
Yeah.
Very interesting choices.
They actually put who went in twice? Didn't why am I forgetting his name? Joel. Did Joel go twice? He went twice, didn't he? And so did
yeah, because they won.
Yeah.
So what happens,
okay, so he could go again. Okay.
You're eliminated, you're out, and then they keep continuing on and then work out who wins that way.
Fair enough.
So winners versus winners. Yeah, that makes sense. But before we keep going there, we should just talk about that the Battle of the Italian Feast.
Yeah,
because I don't want to go too far because that was really good. That the first challenge was Taras and Tim having to put a chair together, a flat pack chair together, while they had electric shock pads on their arms.
Yeah,
on them, and it was really, really funny watching them. Taras is like, "Yeah, I'm good at this. I do all my friends' flat pack furniture," and then Tim fought through the pain. And he made it, and then he keeps shocking you. Big Brother keeps shocking you as he's sitting on the chair, and the chair breaks. And he keeps zapping. He's like, "I'm sorry, the button's stuck." So good. Kept shocking Tim. And then the other one was the spicy cupcakes.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Uh,
Trevor.
did you understand much of like the what Big Brother was saying how hot they were? Because I was like, oh, I don't really understand
Uh,
how that weighs out or anything.
no, because he gave how hot the hottest chili is, which is
Yeah.
so many Scovilles, and then said how much was whatever. But I don't remember how much the hottest chili was.
It was
But there
over
was
like 1,000,000 or something or other.
that was the hottest cupcake, yeah. But like it said, the hottest chili in the world is I don't know how
I
many.
was just
Scovilles he
wondering
said.
what a Scoville was.
It's the spicy scale. It's like the heat scale of a chili pepper.
Okay.
So that's how you tell how hot it's going to be. How many Scovilles?
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Because you can get some really, really hot, obviously
I
some really hot
I
ones.
wonder
and
what
really mild.
what the hottest is. Maybe
I think that's the Carolina Reaper. What is something like that? I think it's what it's called. And usually you have to handle these chilies with gloves because they had to wear gloves to eat them.
yeah,
the
that's
cupcakes.
true.
And they were tiny little cupcakes. They look like the ones you get at Woolies.
Yeah, and Trevor in the first two, he just like mouthed the whole
Yeah, whole
whole
cupcake.
lot. What was it? Trevor and Estelle, I think, that went head to head.
I think it was Layla.
It was Layla.
I think it was Layla. I think it was Layla.
No, because
No? Was it Estelle? It was one of the two. I don't know. Sorry, I missed
I thought
the notes of that.
I thought Layla was at the kiddies table for some reason.
I don't remember. I started writing notes.
I'm
but
sure
I
it
didn't get
was.
very far.
I'm gonna have to look it up. So,
I
but
don't
yeah,
know if you'll find any notes.
how
Way too early.
how was your how would you feel about having those cupcakes? So how do you think you'd handle it?
I just put the whole thing in my mouth and chew and then swallow and then just grab the next one and do the next one. You got a big jug of milk right there. Stuck pouring in a glass. I would have just grabbed the whole jug and then chugged the whole jug. It's the only way to do it. Chug it all. Surprised you can't have any milk in between.
What other challenges were there?
What was there? The Chooks,
Yeah.
Alicia, and Johnson. They
Yeah,
had to put molasses. They had to be strapped down to the floor. They pour molasses over them and then chicken feed, and then release the chickens. And they're supposed to count how many chickens. Count the chickens. How many chickens are there while they're getting pecked? And Alicia is deathly scared of chickens. She's got a massive phobia of chickens. So she didn't want to be strapped down. She's freaking out. She's like, I know the chickens. I can hear them before they release the chooks. They only put it on her legs. Johnson was covered everywhere and then poured a little bit of feed on her where he had a lot of feed on him. He was covered. He's like, look, what are you worried about? I look like a golden gay time.
I think it might be right. I think it might have been actually Layla that versed Trevor.
Yeah, I think there was, because I think there was I heard a Pommy accent.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, okay, maybe Trevor's used to spicy food.
I'd
I
say
feel like he
so.
looks like a
I
spicy.
feel, I feel like he
spicy
could have
food.
just shoved that last one in his mouth, but
Yeah, I think he thought that maybe Layla might sit there and, I'm a Nara. She's just like, no, this one I'm going to throw the whole thing in. Because the other one she took little bites out of. And maybe this one he's like, I'm going to just take little bits here and a little bit there. And that's probably what killed him. I don't think he really probably cared anyway.
No, because that was the one disappointing thing. The winners, obviously they got the big Italian banquet, which looked amazing. Pizza, spaghetti bowl, and then the losers had to sit at the kids' table, and all they got was some bread and basically tin spaghetti.
Tin spaghetti.
And I was like, I thought it was going to be bad, Big Brother. You were like saying how they'd rather be on rations. I was like, that's not not that
Exactly.
bad
You
of a
know,
dinner.
you know what? The only thing I probably would have asked though, if they toast the bread first, I would have rather toast.
No, you don't get toast. I'm sorry, you lost.
Like, oh, yeah, but toast instead of just buttered bread. I'll take the buttered bread. Buttered toast would be better with tin
Oh,
spaghetti.
heck yeah, of course. But
But what else was there? There was the chickens. That was really funny. Poor Alicia was like freaking out. She unstrapped herself, but she still sat in there, and Johnson gave her a chance to count. And the chickens are just standing on him, pecking.
what
There's like
what
two.
what do you think is do you think she's been like attacked by a chicken when she was younger or something, and that's why she has this phobia?
Maybe I don't. I'm not too sure. It must be something, or she's as a child, yeah, maybe chased by a chook, or never really spent time with poultry. Maybe might not even been a chook. It might have been a duck or something. She might have been chased by a duck, or been out to the duck park, the pond, and being chased by a swan or whatever, because they'll chase you.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
ass, and they're huge. So I can imagine that maybe she's just afraid of poultry in general,
Yeah,
or maybe just afraid of birds in general.
because I'm terrified of magpies and plovers, but I'm not
Yeah.
really scared of chooks. my brother actually, when we were younger, we went through park, and there's this like little lake. Anyway, we've come down this hill, and there's ducks just flown straight into my brother's face because it was like nesting season.
Yep.
And I was scared of ducks for a little while, and geese are the other.
Yeah, they can be a bit.
that-
They can
yeah,
be nasty.
Yeah. So, but I am terrified of magpies in like mating season. So
Yeah.
usually around that
Oh, yeah,
springtime.
swooping. Yeah. When they
But
swoop.
plovers, I can never tell when they're.
Oh, you can hear them.
Oh yeah, all the time. But yeah, I'm not sure they necessarily have a mating season. I think it's something to do with after rain or
Still the same.
something.
Maybe.
After
I'm
rain,
pretty sure
they
it's around
breed or something
maybe.
like that.
Because it's usually around the same time of year you get to see the little chicks, probably about spring. And then most of the time, that's when you see the little chicks. And they're like grassy areas, just like plain grass. So they'll like, if there's a roundabout, it's just a grassy roundabout, they'll make a nest in the middle of the roundabout. They're crazy, crazy birds. Old plovers. But I think Brett's afraid of chickens. I'm not afraid of chickens or anything. But then I had chooks when I was growing up, and I had ducks. And we had this one duck someone gave to us, and I named her. She was a black and white duck. I named her Pocahontas. Most of them, they had Disney names, because I had Daisy and Donald, and they all pretty much end up with Disney names. But anyway, Pocahontas, she was a really good egg layer, and like we had ducklings all the time with her. Some of the other ducks didn't really have ducklings, but when they have eggs, they'll attack you. And she was very vicious. She was the one duck I couldn't pick up. She would attack you if you try to pick her up. But I had a big Drake named Donald, and he was my duck, and he was my mate. I used to walk him down the road with a stick. So he just walk with me, and then if he's going the wrong direction, I just sort of get the stick and tap him one way, and he'd go back the other way. So that was pretty cool. But he was really friendly. People were afraid of him because he'd hiss. They hiss.
Really?
They're not happy about. Yeah, and he fathered so many ducks. You know what happened to all the ducks?
No.
My
what
dad had
happened?
enough of them, and there was a Chinese shop open down the road, and he saw all my ducks at the Chinese shop. All of them.
No.
So yeah, you can imagine probably what happened to all my ducks. Yeah, because it was ducklings and everything. I think we had like 16 at one stage.
Duck
It was
dinner.
ridiculous. So I'm not afraid of chickens and ducks. I got chased by a headless chook.
Really?
Yeah, it was a rooster. We had a few young chicks. Well, they weren't young. And they were still small, but they still had some down, but they had most of their adult feathers. And
Starting.
so we didn't know if it was a male or a female. Next minute, one of them grows up. My mum names one Libby, and Libby grows up to be the biggest rooster I have ever seen in my life. And then when Libby started to learn to crow, Dad's like, "That's it, chicken curry." And so he went out there, and usually if we'd had a rooster, it started crowing, that was it. It was dinner. He'd tie the legs up so it wouldn't go anywhere. But this time he didn't tie the legs up, did he? And I'm waiting on the other side of the garden. There's like a garden bed in between. Next minute, this headless chook just comes running through the garden straight at me. There's blood spurting everywhere. This massive rooster with no heads coming straight at me.
Oh no.
I wasn't that little. I was probably like, I don't know, I guess 12, 13 or something like that. So that was always interesting. That was fun. Fun times.
I like how chill Johnson actually was in that challenge though. I gotta hand it to him. He was just like laying there. I'm surprised he didn't even. I don't even think he tried counting.
No, he didn't try counting because I think he just wanted to give, what's her name, Alicia a go because she was so scared. Maybe he's like, and he just guessed 42. She's actually counting.
Okay, so I just went and checked that cupcake challenge with Trevor, and it is actually Estelle in that challenge.
It is Estelle? There you go. Oh, it was Estelle. Oh, I thought it was Layla. There you go. I thought I heard her. I get the two mixed up a lot. There's a lot there that I get mixed up, though. But no, it's not too bad. Getting better as watching it. What else was there?
So back to Drew and Sam. So Tully entered the house tonight. Drew's ex-girlfriend from the 2013 season. They were both in that season together, which I've actually been currently watching. I've only made it through the first week so far. I spent like all day watching it yesterday, and I have to say it's a completely different vibe from Big Brother then to Big Brother now. It's just completely feels so different.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
I
agree.
Yeah. So literally now you have all these challenges, whereas back then they had Friday night challenges, and I think
that's right.
At the moment, I think they've been getting superpowers. So one got one.
That's right. They get given stuff to do during the week, like little tasks to do.
No.
Which used to be much.
No. So they got superpowers when nominating. So one of the superpowers, one of the winners got. Oh, and they got like a night in the presidential suite too. So they had like this really nice resorty room.
That's right.
Which they get for the night. But the superpowers for elimination were very interesting. This was in Tim's season, and Tim, Drew, and Tully. Anyway, one of the superpowers someone got is they got to listen to 3. They put him in the groups of nominations, and he got to pick from that group of who he would like to listen to in the nomination.
Oh yeah.
So I think he ended up picking Tim for. We'll just say Tim. The others don't really matter because they're not part of this season, but he picked Tim because he's like, I'm not sure how he's going to vote, and he wanted to see his kind of strategy. And then I can't really remember what the first superpower was that someone got. And that was the other interesting thing in that season as well. They would nominate the housemates. Yeah. But then Big Brother said the nominations aren't final. Anyway, he'd then ring, and one housemate would have to pick one housemate out of the nominated to be safe, and then one of the safe ones to be nominated. So it was very, very interesting. Just very different, though. Like I say, different vibe.
Changed it up. Yeah, and I think this is probably the reason why a lot of people aren't watching this time around, or as many people as that used to watch Big Brother in the first place. I think they're trying though with all this shock stuff, but I feel like they also spoil too much.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think
one of the other challenges, I'm just like skimming through the video. Dave having the lick. I think that was the one Layla was with as well, and they had to lick and find the word.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, was it? Was it him
I
or
don't know who it
Reggie?
was. I don't remember who it was. I did see it. I did see some of that. As I was hoping you'd got, got all that.
I usually remember, and tonight I'm just struggling. But yeah, so they had the big
Oh, that's
they had the big, what do you call them? Like the blinder or the sleeping
Yeah, they had
thing.
blindfolds on, with
Blindfolds.
goggly eyes,
That's
and they
it.
had to try
See,
and find
I
the word.
told you I'm trash tonight. I'm trash.
But I can't remember who it was. I know it was Dave, and it was somebody else.
Yeah, I
It
can't
was
remember
quite
if
funny.
it was Layla or Reggie. Might have been.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. But it was
Can't-
hilarious, and they had to lick the screen and find the word.
I apologize about the notes today. I tried to write notes down, but it's hard when you're trying to put a child to sleep and watch the show. It's not practical. So not practical. That's why I'm like, I hoping Ben's got all this. I hope Ben's got this.
I haven't been. Yeah, usually I've been pretty good because I've been remembering most of it.
Yeah,
But
That's
yeah,
why I need to
I
write
can't
notes.
remember who was pitted against who now, so that's not good. I might
No,
have to
there was a
start
lot to
taking
write.
notes too.
Yeah, I
I
think you
think
have to.
I might have to take notes next episode.
I'm not supposed to be writing.
Oh,
Not
good.
supposed to be
Yeah.
writing.
Anyway, back to Tully and Drew and Sam. How do you think Sam was feeling?
Well, how about? I think we've gone too far forward
too
because
far
we've
forward?
just
Well,
kind of skipped.
We're
Yeah,
kind of been
yeah,
jumping around
because
all night, to be honest.
we're jumping around all night. But yeah, we're trying to keep you on track here, Ben. All right. So, Big Brother announced while they're at the Italian dinner, the Italian feast, that they're going to have a head of house
Yeah.
each week. Somebody's going to be a head of house each week. So they said this week we've already picked your head of house, and then Tully comes in. So now Tully's head of house for the week. So she can't be eliminated, but she makes all the decisions for the house. So this will be quite interesting to see what goes on. And then that's when there was
Chromebooks are a new way
whole
to
big-
laptop, starting with the everything.
Sorry.
and there was a whole big thing there with, Tully was very touchy with Drew. And that must have been very uncomfortable for Sam.
Yeah. I'm surprised how well Drew has been taking it, though, because I think I remember them saying they haven't talked
For about a
much
couple of years
since-
because
since they had
So-
that. So I'll
Yeah.
let I'll let
Yeah,
you
so-
explain.
yeah, so then they were sitting there at the table. Everybody's looking at Sam. So you got Sam sitting at one end of the table, and then at the other end, I don't know why obviously they knew what was going to happen. But don't you think Sam and Drew would have thought it might have been a bit weird that they're sitting at pretty much opposite ends of the table and they're together?
Yeah.
So they must have been told to sit. He has to sit there, and she has to sit all the way over there at the end of the I don't know, massive table, whatever it was. How many people were on the table? And then Tully comes in and sits at the other end of the table, and everyone's just looking at Sam. Obviously, Sam's going to be starting to feel uncomfortable, and Tully's being all touchy feely with Drew. And I think he was just waiting for the right time because he knew that someone's going to say something, or it's going to come up, or he'll say it later when things are sort of calmed down a bit once all the excitement's over. But then obviously Tim can't help himself and open his big mouth. He's like, that's Drew's new girlfriend down there at the end. Poor Sam, though. I feel for her because he kind of just put her in the spot. I don't know. They couldn't have known that Drew was going to hook up that quickly, or maybe they did. Who knows? Because they kind of planned that.
Maybe.
That kind of bit. Maybe, but how? Because they would have known that Tully was coming in ages ago. They would have gone, "Hey, you coming in?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm
Maybe
coming."
it just all played out like that.
Maybe they were just hoping that there might have been some drama between the two of them being there, but the fact that
well,
Sam's been there,
Or because
With
it's
Drew.
all pre-recorded and all that happened, they just were like, well, this is juicy.
yeah. But I think it's but that's just like, even though it was pre-recorded, they couldn't have planned for Drew and Sam to be together in the first week. So
Yeah.
that was like they couldn't have planned that. They couldn't have known that was going to happen. So they brought Tully in because of Drew, and I think it's just like a bonus drama
Yeah.
tidbit. They're like, we didn't know this was going to happen so soon, or something like this. I think they expected something, but I don't think they
Yeah,
knew
well,
how
it could
was
have
gonna
also been between Drew, Tim, as well, because Tim was really upset when Tully kind of got into a relationship with Drew in their season.
Yeah, there you
because
go.
Drew and Tim are just starting to blossom in the 2013. Because I've been rewatching, as I said earlier,
Mhm.
rewatching their friendships just starting to blossom now in the 2013. And it's
Fair
been a week, 2 weeks. I think they've been about 2 weeks in the house that I've got through so far of the episodes. Anyway, Tim and Drew have literally grabbed some of the girls' bras and they're using them as like slingshots to hit these water bottles they've set up because they're
I feel
both
like I've seen that.
yeah, they were both in the after the first nominations, they were both in the halfway house. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
There you go.
geez, that'll be bringing back some memories for anyone listening that were fans of the old show. So, but yeah, so I've literally only got through to the second lot of nominations. So
Wow.
in that season, because there's so much more episodes than there is now. Like there's still a
and they're longer.
fair bit of episodes, and yeah, they're a lot longer back then than
Yeah.
now as well.
It was all live too. I think that makes a difference.
It was a mix. It was actually quite a mix of So they had
Oh yeah, live, and then they have bits,
live
highlights and stuff.
and highlights.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember that.
but they also
did watch a little bit.
I think they actually changed from being fully live because of the incidents that happened in the house previous.
Yeah.
With the infamous turkey slap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
I remember all that.
Yeah. So
All over the news.
apparently that changed a lot of the layout of Big Brother after that kind of happened, which is understandable, obviously. So,
So there you go. Interesting stuff. Interesting. So what do you think is going to happen? I think we saw. Oh, then okay, we'll go back. Then they had the challenge. Then they had the elimination challenge, which was the tug of war that we were talking about before.
yep.
And they were in teams. There was a purple team and a red team, and red team won.
Yep.
Purple team lost. They went and they chose who's going up for eviction. So Tully was on the red team, so she couldn't be voted out.
Because
so she
of
was
her
safe from
new powers.
elimination.
Actually, you know
That's
what
right.
he didn't really elaborate on tonight? He hasn't really said what her powers are as leader of the house, only that she can't be nominated.
And she makes all the decisions for the house.
Oh, so she's making all the decisions. So I'm assuming like maybe they're
So maybe, yeah. So head of the
food and
house.
all that sort of stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. So she's like man of the house.
I realized he didn't really
Woman of the house.
didn't really elaborate. Only that she was safe and she had the VIP section.
Yeah.
Which is where
Yeah, so-
Reggie and Estelle, I think, at the time were
That's right.
hiding when.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where they were hiding when
because Layla
they
came.
had to. Yeah.
Layla came in with not Farmer Dave. Layla came in with Drew and Trevor
They were in the sewer.
in the sewer. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. But it's and then you had I was gonna say it was so after the eliminations was interesting. Well, the nominations.
Yeah.
The nominations from eliminations were quite interesting. So there was a lot of strategy involved. Who was up for elimination? It was Johnson, Dave, and Lara. Not Lara. I just had
Layla.
her name.
Layla.
Layla. Yeah, it was the other L name. Yeah, so Layla, and that was quite interesting. So Johnson was good because he he can sell himself. He spoke to a few people and all that, and he actually went over and actually talked to Tim.
Yeah.
So he went out of his way to talk to Tim to try and and he made a little bit of an alliance with Tim. But like Big Brother said, do you trust him? Do you trust his word? When he's like, I have to. I made a deal with him, so I have to trust him. But I don't know. I think that might flip. So he's made a deal with Johnson. Tim and Johnson have made a deal that they won't eliminate, they won't vote each other out for
Until
vote,
top
you
10.
know, yeah,
Until
yeah,
the top 10. Yeah.
top 10. That's it, and then it'll just be, bit by bit. So I don't know. I think there's too many alliances in the house.
Well,
There's too many cross here, there, and then
Big
they
Brother
go,
he kind of shook things up by doing those challenges in teams, which was very
Exactly.
interesting, which kind of broke up that OG versus newbies.
yeah, and it was
So
all.
I'm sure he'll
randomly
find
picked.
another way to shake up again. Maybe by
Yeah,
doing
and-
teams again, who knows,
Well, that's what makes interesting TV.
Yep.
Because then you had Flip a Pillow debacle last week, Flip a Pillow, and because you got too many alliances, it's going to happen again.
Yeah,
It's
for
really
sure.
going to happen again. But it was interesting. They weren't same as last week. Gabby and Lulu, they weren't sure how they were going to vote, and then I was watching last week's eliminations, who voted what, because they didn't really show Lulu's or Gabby's last week, and there was a few that didn't show. But it was interesting to see who they voted out. So it was Gabby and Lulu actually voted out Mel. I didn't think Gabby would vote Mel out. I thought Gabby might keep Mel. But yeah, and vote Drew out.
Well, she was annoying. Mel was annoying. I understand why they voted for Mel to go.
Yeah, she was nice.
She was
but
just too much.
Too much.
Too happy.
Agree.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Especially since you got 9 weeks.
I need my sad time sometimes. Me and Tully will get on really well in there because she's a very emotional girl. So, especially whether she will be this time, I think she will be. I think.
She said she's not going to cry this time. That's what she.
Well, I think she's going to crack with Sam and Drew. Eventually.
What did I miss? What Big Brother said when they were at the table there, and he said Tully, blah blah blah, and then she picked Tim and Drew to come with her.
Oh, they can go up to her suite. So
okay.
that section, she can only take 2 housemates, and she had to pick straight away, basically. So she doesn't really know anyone else, and she's just like, Tim and Drew it is. But they were in her season, so of course she's gonna pick them.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Whereas the others weren't. Estelle and Layla were in the same one the year before, and then Reggie is from the first season, and Farmer Dave was in one of the early ones too. I can't quite remember which season he's from, but
that's
he was
fair enough.
Like Channel 10, basically.
Yeah,
it was still on Channel 10 at that time, whereas Layla and Estelle were on Channel 9, I think.
There you go. See,
along with Tim, and then Tim was in the following season with Tim, Tully, and Drew.
There you go. There you go. I remember Tim. I do remember Tim, but I don't remember watching much of Big Brother. Bits and pieces. I probably watched more than what I think.
Was the same that year because I'm remembering parts of it, like as I'm rewatching it. Like
I think the difference.
I missed that. But and then it'll come to a section. I'm like, I remember that part.
Yeah, you know what? Why though? I think the difference is now between now and back then is that now you have so many options to watch things other than what's on the box, like what's on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And free to air TV, and then you had DVDs. That was pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's all you had your choice from. You didn't really have all this
unless you have Foxtel
or Foxtel. Yeah, if you had Foxtel, but not everybody had Foxtel.
No,
so it was a lot of people just go, I'll just watch Big Brother or whatever's on.
I think I only watched it in patches because that was back when I was working night fill at Coles. So
there you go.
So I think that's why I'm only remembering bits and pieces because I probably only watched it here and there back in the day.
In 2013, wow, It feels like a long. I don't know. It feels like a long time ago, but it technically wasn't that long. I mean, it's not even 10 years ago, really.
Yeah, I think they said what 9 years ago in the show or something or other.
I mean, I'd moved out of home by then, and I don't really remember watching much Big Brother after I moved out of home. It was more when I was at home. Like I said, that was like 2000. When did it start? 2002.
2001.
No. Yeah, 2001 would have been, I guess, 2002 or 2001. Anyway, that gives you, because it's
something like that.
2022. Yeah. So I was I was a
21st
teenager.
birthday. 21st birthday. So what's that? Yeah,
2001.
2001. Yeah.
Yeah, 2001. I don't know. I remember a little bit those last few years, but can't say I remember much else. I didn't even know it switched over to Channel 9.
We would have literally just moved here when BB started then, basically.
There you go. I had better things to watch.
I was only a young kid when it first came out. I didn't watch the first season. The first full season I really watched was the one with Camilla in it.
I remember Camilla.
Yeah, her season, which was
I don't know
the
what happened to
turkey slap year, basically.
Yeah, I wonder what
That
happened
was the
to her. She
first
ended
full
up-
season I watched because my cousin was living with us at the time, and she was into that and Home and Away. And
Yep.
we'd watch BB, Blue Healers, All Saints, Rove. Woo! Back in the day, yeah.
TV marathon.
TV
That was different.
marathons, yeah, whole different
Now I think
world.
it's, and the thing is, you'd watch the show and then you go to school to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then as you get older, you'd watch the show, then go to work to talk about it.
not that anyone at our work is watching it that we know.
No. We used to talk My Kitchen Rules
MK.
at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, My Kitchen Rules.
Maybe we should do that
maths.
next year.
I didn't watch Farmer Wants a Wife, but they used to do Farmer Wants a Wife. There was a few other shows that we used to all watch and be like, in the office. Anyone that used to work with would probably remember. We'd sit there, we'd talk. Hey, did you watch so and so last night? Did you see what happened? And blah blah blah. We'd be talking about the show. Be like, anyone watched Got Talent last night? Oh yeah, watched Got Talent. Australia's Got Talent.
Maybe we should start asking customers, "Oh, you've been catching the latest Big Brother episodes?" And
Our customers,
and then if they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they start going on about it, you should be like, "Oh, we do an after show."
you'd have to plug that, Ben. I can't go back to work anytime soon.
Well, you could do it when you're
One
going
of
through the checkouts, I guess.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
pretty
true.
funny.
I
That'd be
do it all
pretty
the
funny.
time.
Yeah.
Everywhere I go. Once I start talking to someone, I'd be like, yeah,
Which is
I'm
all
gonna
the
go work
time.
on this podcast tonight. Oh, you got a podcast? What's it called? And that's how I get it all going. Or some people don't even ask what the podcast is called, so I'm like, okay, I don't want to push. I don't want to know what it is. I won't tell them.
Maybe I should
people-
put it on my Tinder as my job.
Yeah, well, podcaster.
Well,
Trending.
I've got the video of us on there. I'll just put my job as podcaster. Yeah, trending again.
Podcaster trending now and then.
Trending now, yeah. That's on Insta. Yeah.
Trending now and then.
Literally, I don't think I've uploaded much to that. I'm like you on TikTok.
I don't know. My Insta's worse. I don't think I've uploaded anything on that since.
Do you even have an Insta?
Yeah, I do. I think I uploaded one video of my bird.
Jeez. I'm gonna go follow it.
A long time ago.
I'll go follow it.
Do you remember there was like an app you could? It was really popular. We should have done this on like our do you remember the trend? But it was really popular, and you do the video, and you chop the video, and then you choose the song, and you actually play it to the song, and you'd be like people are dancing to the song. I can't remember what the heck that was. Oh, it was such a big popular app. If anybody remembers,
I've got.
let
no
us
idea.
know, because I've got a mind blank. If I go on my Instagram, I'll probably find it, but I don't even know how to log into my Instagram
Musically?
right now. So
Wasn't Musically, was it?
no, it was something
Because
else.
that was like Musically was before TikTok, and then they got bought out and basically
Oh, this was-
rebranded as TikTok.
Oh no, this is way before that. I'm talking probably
Vine?
like
Vine? It wasn't Vine, was it?
no, before Vine.
Before Vine.
It was probably before
Wow.
Vine, maybe, or maybe
Sheesh.
around the time of Vine. Hang on, see if I can log into my Instagram.
Yeah.
Because
What else happened tonight anyway on the old BB? That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, nothing I can really think of, to be honest.
Did your
Nothing really exciting. A Layla's vote. Do we talk about Layla's vote?
for Dave? Yeah. Yeah, we can.
But yeah, because Layla said she was going to vote Johnson, and then she decided to. Once she spoke to him, she realized how much, he wanted to be there and what it was like and what it felt like, because he wanted to be there since he was 11. She wanted to be on the show since she was 11. So instead of voting him, she voted for Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess.
his speech made quite a few of the Big Brother contestants, do you want to call them? Or housemates, I suppose. Housemates are emotional tonight.
Yeah, there you go.
So there was a few tears flowing in the audience.
There was a few tears flowing.
in the audience. In the in the nominations room.
There you go. I think the last time I used Instagram, I
Have you
uploaded
logged
one
in
in
yet?
2014. Oh, there you go. 2014, Ben.
2014. That was your last login?
That was the last time I actually used it. I uploaded. That was the last thing I uploaded. I've uploaded
So that was the year
two in
after.
2014, two of those. One in 2012. I think this one's
have you found the app
another one
yet?
in 2012. There you go. 1st of July 2012 was
Nice.
the first one I've ever uploaded. I have 4 things on my Insta.
Well, you were
Apparently,
on.
I have.
Congratulations. I think you were on there before I was. Which is quite surprising.
I've been on there for a while. Doesn't mean I've actually used it.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really popular back then. It was before anyone took it over. Oh, yeah, I got likes on my pictures. I didn't even know. There you go. And that one's not even a video. I thought it was a video.
Okay.
I
So
must have got rid of it.
fair enough.
That doesn't
So
matter.
that question will never be answered. Whatever.
I'll find it.
Whatever that.
It's
app
on
was.
somewhere. It's on somewhere. I'll find it.
MySpace.
it had-
as back on MySpace. Did you have MySpace?
When was that song? Papa Americano. Do, 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 do. When was that popular? Because I think that's when it came out. That was one of the songs on that app.
I've got no idea.
Do you remember that song though?
Yeah, I do know the song you're talking about. I just can't remember.
I'm gonna have to look at this up now.
Do,
I'm gonna have a look at this up.
Oh, you're gonna look
American.
at well, they had the Italian tonight. Mamma mia! Have you found it yet?
I'm trying to think of what it's. We speak no Americano. No Americano.
Doop 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 doop.
L'Americano. Gypsy Queens.
Probably it.
I don't know. If I play it, it might be too loud. Could be it. Because that sounds about right. 2012. Maybe it could be. I don't even know what the song's called. I don't think it's called Americano. Anyway, I'll find it and I'll post it. I'll just have to listen and find out what it is. Anyone knows, they'll have to let us know.
They'll have
Anyway.
no idea. They'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
Here we go.
Got it.
It's called "We Speak No Americano."
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
the
song
song.
by Yolanda Be Cool.
Have you figured out what the app is?
No. 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 There's a
That
lot
was-
more deep diving to do, and I will work that out later when I have more time.
That's all right. I'm sure
Not doing it on the podcast.
that's all good. We'll
I'll-
you can post that. That's tomorrow's homework.
I'll post it on our Facebook page. I hope everyone's been liking our little posts on the Facebook page too.
yeah, if you're not on there, go jump on there. Sarah's really been pumping out some memes on there, especially if
Trying
you're
to.
listening to the Big Brother podcast, because they've been Big Brother memes,
And if you're
quite
not-
funny,
That's it.
and yeah,
If you like this show, you'll probably like our Trending Again, proper Trending Again show that we do weekly. Our actual original Trending Again show, I should say, the original.
the original, yeah,
Every weekend.
that can change from like an hour to 2 hours. Really just depends how much we talk. We don't really have a time limit on our original show. We try to keep it to an hour, but that doesn't usually we go way over. But
That's
we-
right.
we
And
really-
it's a different. Yeah, it's a really different type of show compared to our Big Brother show. It's definitely a lot different. And if you listen to that, if you like this, you will love that. And there's our accompanying stuff as well that we used, our accompanying data, photos that we spoke about how fashion has gone to the dogs. So new fashion with all the anyway, just you should definitely go have a look and definitely have a listen and tell us what you think.
Yep. There's a lot of banter on there too, if you like the banter that we come up with, because we can
That's right.
sometimes go off on tangents. But
That's right. And so yeah, maybe go and find out why the episode's called Brad's Pit.
yeah, it's very exciting. You'll love it. You'll love it.
All
Wait.
right, I think that's about it for us
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah,
I've got nothing
definitely.
else to talk about.
Definitely. I'll take more notes tomorrow night so I don't forget so much
you'll
stuff.
have to. You'll have
because,
to.
yeah,
I try.
that's a little bit embarrassing. Usually, like I say, I've been pretty good like the last few episodes remembering stuff. So
I think you know what the problem is, that we weren't talking through the episode. I think when we start messaging each other and talking about stuff through the episode, it makes a big difference as well.
yeah,
Kind of sinks in a bit more. We just kind of watched it
yeah,
today. So it was good
definitely,
to when we have our little banter. We should just have a popcorn night one night and join up and watch a Big Brother in the same house and like, yeah, do that for the finale or something.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, that would be good. We should do that. We could do like a live reaction kind of thing. That'd be sick.
Yeah. You
Let's
have
do that.
have us watching the show.
Did you actually did you end up watching that rehashed thing I sent you?
Yeah, I did watch
What
that.
did-
That
what
was
did you
actually
think
really
of
good.
that? Yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
to do that kind of style. Maybe for when we get a studio and stuff, something similar to that. Maybe he'd be someone really cool to get on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
if
that
we
would
were
be
if
really
we
good.
were actually getting more listeners, I actually get about the same views as him on my YouTube channel, but we don't really get the same views on our podcast. So if we had more listeners, he'd probably come on, and he's got
Yeah.
he's got contacts to the Big Brother contestants. But anyway, that's
That's all right.
something that will come with time as we get more listeners. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
definitely give us a rate and review on the podcast platform you're listening to us on. Go like the Facebook
Yes.
page. Go check out our TikTok. You can find us at Trending Again Podcast. We're also on Twitter, not that we post on there much. But if we get a bunch of followers, I'll start posting on there. And
That's right.
yeah, same as our Instagram. We got Instagram as well. Don't really have any followers, so don't really use it. But if you want to go follow us there, I will start posting a lot more stuff on there as well. So
Yes.
yeah. But we definitely post to TikTok and we definitely post to Facebook. So they're the two probably best places to go follow us if you want to follow us and talk to us.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
And yeah, I hope you
All
guys
good.
enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in tomorrow's show, so long as all goes well with our internet connection.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Sorry, there's no video, but at least you get some audio from us.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather put out audio than have nothing at all. But anyway,
It's
we'll see you
That's
all
all right.
in the next episode. Till then, bye-bye.
bye.
Well, what a groovy groovy episode that was. Today was really interesting, folks. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Like and subscribe, and don't forget, stay groovy.